I'm going sports. That's it. Alright, we're back. We're live. This is the continuation of the longest speech marathon demo by Wisdom Agorom for longest speech, and we're back, and we're going to be on for the next. Thank you very much. For the next 4 hours, and we hope to have interesting conversations. We're literally talking for development, and just as this is a marathon test, as much as it's a test, we actually promised that it's going to be all at like every speech is going to be a mental intercourse, literally. So let's get right into it. So just as promised, when we're wrapping up the last time, that um, what's it called? We're going to jump into the 10 commandments of human relation, and that's what we're going to kick off in this very first speech for this for this demo phase, right? So let's get right into it. The first one is speak to people. 10 commandments to human relation. Speak to people. No one is your problem. No one is your problem. I feel I'm very far away from the phone. Speak to people, right? It is our responsibility to speak to people, right? Don't ignore people. Don't walk around looking at like the whole world is on your shoulder, even if it is, right? Speak to people. Open up. Be clear. Be expressive, right? The idea is to speak to people, literally. And one great thing about speaking with people is that you get to discover certain things about these people that actually you didn't know before then, right? So that's like one of the key rules, one of the commandments to people relation is that you must speak to people. You must spend time, energy towards speaking to people, because people are important. Just as we said when we started as well, people are important. You must spend time speaking to people. You must spend time listening, hearing people, so you can actually make the best out of the conversation, make the best out of the relation that you have with this individual. So you must spend time speaking to people, right? That's commandment number one. Commandment number two: smile at people. Smile at people. Number one, speak to them. Number two, smile at people. And what best way I would recommend that you smile is you smile from your ear to your ear. If there's anything like that, when you're smiling, chin up, ear to your ear. That's basically how I would suggest you smile at people, because basically that's like the most. And then someone else will say, "Oh, smile with your eyes." I'm like, so how then do we smile with our eyes? As pretty as it looks. Let me show you what it means. Like, watch this. It means smile with your eyes. Your eyes are actually smiling. So basically, it's in and around all of that. And human relation is such a very beautiful thing, because I've been dwelling within around all of that for years now. Because I've come to find the human species as some very amazing kind of species that really it fascinates me to realize that we're all completely different. It fascinates me to realize that all the whole 8 billion people on earth are completely different from each other. Yes, we have similarities, but we're all completely different. Yes, you could even have those whom we call twins, like those who were born on the same day by the same mother, or triplets. They are all completely different as well. You have different fingerprints, eye prints, fingernails, like every single, their DNAs are completely different. Yet similar, but it's completely different. And it's just so amazing to note that. And then that's why I would always wonder why a lot of people would want to think for a moment that we don't have a creator and a friend. I'm like, come on, how do you think all of that came to be, right? We actually do have a creator and a friend, and it's important that excuse me, it's important that we align with our creator and our friend. So number one, speak to people. Number two, smile at people. Put a smile on your face, right? Someone said that the smile is a curve that makes all lines straight. It's a curve that makes all lines straight. And then there is actually research that shows that the number of muscles you use to smile is a lot more lesser than the number of muscles you need to frown, right? So the more you frown, the more you actually get older. The more you contract more muscles on your face. Yeah. So you contract more muscles on your face when you frown, than you release a lot much more, use less muscles when you smile. And then smile has a way of sending good neurons into your body system. It has a way of making you feel better. Like smiling by yourself will make you feel better. You get the point? And then smiling to somebody else will also make them feel better. Are you seeing how important smile is? Smiling to yourself alone will make you feel better internally. Then smiling to somebody else is also making them feel better. If you understand what I mean. So now the benefits of smiling to people is enormous. It's one that you cannot overemphasize, the benefits of smiling to people. Right? So you have to smile to people because people are literally all around you. You look to your left, you see someone, you look to your right, you see someone. People are literally everywhere. And then you have to find some way to manage your own stress. And do not refuse the world from that beautiful smile that you can produce. I can imagine you smiling right now. So that beautiful smile that you can produce, do not starve us of it. Do not starve the world of that beautiful smile that can proceed out of your lips. Right? So let's keep smiling, keep spreading hope, keep spreading joy with that beautiful smile on your face. And regardless of what the challenge is, keep a smile on your face. Alright, so the third one, call people by name. Call people by name. The third commandment of human relation, call people by name. Call people by their names. How would you know it's important to call people by their name? Ask yourself, would you want to be called by your name? Yes, of course. I would want if I meet someone and they be like, hello, Mr. Wisdom. I'm like, oh, you know me? Yes, I know you. That's amazing. Yes. Yes, that's really cool. It's really interesting. Before I get on with calling people by their name, let me share this with you. So there was a research that was done by a call center in the United States of America. So they did a survey of on a particular day they told their call representatives to not smile while making calls, while responding to calls. They should not smile. Not that they are angry, but they should not put a smile on their face while making a call. And imagine what happened that entire day. There were bad reviews coming in from the call reviews from the call center representatives about from people about the call center representative about their experiences with them. And then the next day they asked them to smile, regardless of what the situation was at the time, that they should make sure they smile while answering the call. And then what happened was good reviews started coming in. So whether you are with the person in the same space, so long as you're having a conversation and you have a smile on your face, the person can perceive your smile through your voice. See how powerful smiles are? Your smile can be perceived, your smile can be heard, your smile can be sensed, right? And then I know most times people will tell you, oh, people smile on the outside, but they're going through a lot of pain on the inside. It's better. Forgive me, but that I feel like it's basically just how you want to live your life, right? I feel that without a doubt that there's a lot going on right now. There's a lot going on economically. I don't water that down. It's the current reality. We are facing it. It's literally the same reality in almost every nation of the world. Basically, I think it's a global thing. Inflation, right? Rates rising up and down, currencies, blah blah blah, the markets and all. So there's a lot going on. There's a whole lot going on globally. But regardless of that, right? Would you kill yourself? The answer is no. There's hope somewhere, right? So put a smile on your face. Yes, the world is on your shoulder, which actually is not. But even if it feels like it is, even if it feels like it is, put a smile on your face. Come on. Yours is not the worst. If you look around your society, look around your neighborhood, there's someone who is worse off, and that person is still smiling. Then you who is better off than the person, and you're not smiling. Put a smile on your face. You don't know how much of a beautiful smile you're starving the world off. Right? So put a smile on your face. Let's get back to number 3. Call people by their name. Yeah. in the spirit now. Ah, energy. So call people when you remember to tell me to calm down, right? Yeah. So call people by their name. Call people by their name. The idea therefore is that everyone wants to be called by their name. Everybody wants their name to be remembered, and people love their name a lot. Yes, people love their name a lot. So there's this thing. I'm trying to remember the name of the particular coffee brand. Starbucks. Yeah, Starbucks. So they came up with this marketing strategy. I'll give you this one for free, just in case you run a similar business in wherever country where you are. So Starbucks came up with this idea of having to drive sales and increase publicity. So what they did, they came up with, they decided to call their waitresses and waiters baristas, which is Italian. Actually means a waiter, but in Italian. So they came up with that idea. So now they, instead of calling them waiter this, you call them barista. That's all. Barista, rather barista. Pronunciation ain't going right now. But that's basically what they started calling them. And then now they had this idea of always writing the name of their customers on the cup. They wrote the name of their customers. That's what actually needed in my file. Alright, so you guys should answer his call once and tell me the situation so you stop calling. So what they did was to write what when you walk into the restaurant, the coffee shop, and then you go to the counter, you place an order, right? You have to drop your name and then you go sit down, right? So whilst you're sitting down, you're waiting for your name to be called so you can come pick up your cup of coffee, right? But this is not a cup of coffee though. So now there's a trick. The baristas will write your name and misspell your name. So now the trick there is when you pick up your cup, when you call, they'll actually call your actual name, and then you come to the counter and then you pick up and you look at it, and your name has been misspelled, and then you go to your office and then you make a phone out of it and you laugh and tell your colleague, look at these people, they don't know how to spell, they misspelled my name. The next day you go and pick up your cup of coffee, they misspell your name again. You tell your colleague, these people are crazy. They misspelled my name. What are you talking about? You're talking about Starbucks. That's marketing. If they did not misspell your name, you will not discuss them with your colleague. Same thing at school. And then because the social media frenzy, people will take a video of it while I'm talking about these people are really crazy. Look at what they did to me. You know, it's a video. Can you imagine how they spelled my name? I spelled my name for them correctly. Yeah, look at the rubbish they did here. This nonsense people, and then you tag them in the video. They are not offended. That is the idea. They want you to talk about it. So that's how much people value their name. That if you misspell their name, they are actually going to get offended and they are going to react to you. You get the point now? That's it. So people value their name. So if you run a brand, please take that off my hand right now. Just give it to you. If you run anything within around a coffee shop or all, infuse that into your marketing plan. Start asking people what is your name so we can write it. And then there's a way the cup is being made. Let me also help you with that. The cup is being made in such a way that it can be recycled. Yes, it's like it's plastic, so you can actually use that same cup and reuse it. On another day, you can come with your actual cup to the there, and then they put coffee in it for you, and then you go with that same cup because it has your name on it, and then there's the way it's branded and it looks so nice. It's something you want to just keep, and then imagine what will happen. The name of the company is already on the cup, and then your name is there. So wherever you're just you're flexing, but you're actually doing marketing for them. Places where they will usually not get to. That cup that has your name on it that you love so much, you've actually taken your cup there. I've actually gone into marketing and branding right now, right? But we're talking about names. Excuse me. So that's how important people think people see their name as. And basically I think it's also it's actually very telling because I also feel my name is important, and because that's the reason, because I feel personally now that my name is a representative of myself. I feel like my name is like, I feel my name is my representative. I feel my name is my legacy. I feel my name is my worth. I think my name is my sense of value. I feel my name is some kind of I think my name is an extension of me. So I wouldn't want you to, what's the word? I wouldn't want you to abuse my name. I wouldn't want you to say things untrue about my name, because basically it's my name. Now, if someone makes an effort to remember your name, don't take it as normal, right? And then let me also say this too. Just in case it's easy for you to remember people's name, doesn't mean it's easy for everyone to remember people's name. I've met a lot of people whom I've had to introduce myself over and over and over again. Every single time I met this individual, I had to reintroduce myself again and try to call back to memory the last time we met, so as to get this person to remember me. So there are people who do not have long-term memory in quotes to remember everybody that they encounter. And then sometimes it's because they encounter a lot of people. So they find it difficult to keep track, right, with the many people that they encounter, so as to remember all their names. Now, because you run a small circle, listen, because you run a small circle and remember everybody's name in your circle, doesn't mean that, and it's easy for you, doesn't mean those who run bigger circles will now also remember everybody's name. Where am I going with this? Do not mistake something that is easy for you to do as something that is easy to do. Do not mistake something that is easy for you to do as something that is easy to do for everybody else. So there are certain things that are peculiar, and they are easy for you to do, that is not easy for every other person to do. I hope you got that part. Now, because you grew up in a household where it was insisted that you did your laundry yourself, and you can now do laundry as an adult, doesn't mean doing laundry is easy. Yes, because there are a lot of persons who did not grow up with that same childhood, where they were told to do their laundry, so they basically don't know how to do laundry, and if you ask them to do laundry, it's an Herculean task. But for you it's easy, but they don't have your history. Do not get angry at people who having just a cup of coffee and a few slices of bread is easy for them. That's the history they got. But for you, you cannot do that. You no go anywhere. So basically, whatever is easy for you to do doesn't necessarily mean it is easy at all. Whatever is easy for you to do doesn't necessarily mean it's easy at all. So refuse to think that whatever is easy for you to do is easy for every other person to do. So the fact that you can recall people's name and you can call them doesn't mean it's an easy thing for a lot of people to do. Sometimes it takes a lot of effort, techniques and strategies to put all that, to be able to remember people's name. And then whenever anyone does remember your name and call you by your name, please do well to respond and do well to understand that they've taken a lot of effort in remembering your name, putting your name in memory. But beyond that, let me also say this, is that you should make yourself valuable to the point where you can have your name remembered. Yes. If you listen to what I said earlier, I said my name is my representative, my name is my legacy. Right? So you must make yourself valuable enough for someone to not forget your name. If someone meets you and forgets your name, there's something wrong. You probably did not give the right impression, or you did not give a lasting impression to the person. That's why they literally forgot your name. So my charge to you therefore is, whenever you meet anyone, do well to ensure that they do not forget your name. Leave a lasting impression that they will never forget your name. That's it right there, people. So as much as you make an effort to remember people's name, as much as you make an effort to call people by their names, right? As much as you make that effort, right? always also realize that you should also make the effort to always create an impression in the hearts of men so as they will not forget your name. Right? To show you how powerful names are, right? A name can actually be a door, a name can actually be a key or a lock. A name can actually be a key or a lock. There are places where if you mention certain names, you are not going anywhere. If they ever find out they are related to a certain name, you can never make progress in that establishment, that environment, or that place at all. Yes, because that name provokes anger. That name provokes spite, hate, and irritation, right? But there are certain names that when you mention it, fluidity, like free access, doors that were closed before will just be opened at the mention of such names, right? That shows that these persons have actually spent time in creating a legacy that their name is now living even after them. Some people are gone, but when you mention their name, everyone will be like, yeah, that's you know him? You know him? Oh, please come in, come in, come in, come in. Are you related to son? Yes, please come in, come in, come in, come in. Are you serious? He's your brother, he's your father. Wow, wow. Please come, 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 come. And that's it. You get? And then, woe unto you. Woe unto you if you're the one pissing on your family name. Woe unto you if you're the one pissing on the name that your fathers and forefathers have worked hard to make valuable. If you're doing trash that is making that name to be really cool, woe unto you. Names are powerful. We'll get into a whole discussion about names, some other speech and some other session of this marathon. I don't know. I didn't plan to get into all this when talking about names in terms of 10 commandments. But it's important I just say it, right? Names are powerful. You remember people's name and call their names. I like my card. Okay, it's in my pocket. Alright, number 4, be friendly. Oh, okay, yeah. Before we get to number 4, I want to share this. Let me show you how important it is how important names are when it comes to human relation. Now, let me share this. Now, there's a story that was said about a king who had this, who has this technological team, right? Technological team of experts. That what they did was to implant a camera on the clothes he will wear to any event, camera in front, camera by the side, camera at the back, so they can see him, what is around him 360. So let's say for instance he's standing this way and someone is coming behind him. He has a wired earpiece in his ear that will tell him the person's name, the person's wife's name, the person's daughter or son's name, the person's pet's name, and tell him the exact conversation they had the last time they met. So by the time he said, hello Mr. President or Mr. whatever, Mr. Richard is behind you, his name is Mr. Richard is his name, he's behind you, he's approaching you, he's about to speak to you right now. The last time both of you met, he spoke to you about a health bill, and he's actually in the parliament, he spoke to you about the health bill. His name of his wife is Sarah, his daughter's name is Cassie. You get? Yeah, and then he has a son who is a basketball player whose name is Victor. So immediately you turn and say, hello, Mr. Richard. And the man is excited. Oh, Mr. President, you remember my name? And he's like, oh, Mr. Victor, how you doing? So yes, how is your wife Sarah? Like, you remember my wife's name? He may not say it, but in his head, he's like, damn, Mr. President, you remember my wife's name? He's excited. Oh, she's fine. Oh, she's fine. What have you done? You made a lasting impression in that man's head that you can take out time to remember his name despite your busy schedule. Are you seeing it? So now it's difficult for the man to remember people's name, but he came up with a strategy, came up with a plan. I definitely know it will cost a lot of money to put all those gadgets together and then have these people seated, having to search through the internet, get people's name, and then feed him with all the information. And then probably he might be discussing with someone, and then the person is talking about something that he knows nothing about. The team is making a research and telling him what to respond. That's it. That's the gift of technology. The team is telling him, or I respond and tell him about the new update on that thing that he's saying. That so they've done so and so research, this is the current and then you're like, oh, did you know that they've actually done some updates in that? He has not thought about it before. They are just giving him information that he's using in his conversation. So okay, don't answer him, don't respond to whatever I say right now. What he's saying is a lie. And then be like, I don't know why you're lying, but so it was really interesting to watch, right? So all that stuff is how much people can actually go towards remembering people's name, because they understand that it's a commandment in the human relation. It's a commandment for human relation. People love their names, so the least you could do is to remember their names and call their names. Hope the device is charging. Right? Is it? That one. So moving on, guys. Number 4, be friendly and helpful. Be friendly and helpful. Check. Be friendly and what? Helpful. My own, battery life. Be friendly and helpful. At every single point in time, you'll be checking that it's dropping. At every single point in time, people are going through stress. You owe it to everyone that you encounter to be friendly and to be helpful. Now, there are two different concepts: be friendly and be helpful. A lot of people have the tendency to not be friendly, but there's a situation one can get into, and what will happen is a case of unfortunate situations where no one can actually get into the room where they exist. Now, what we're talking about when we say be friendly and be helpful to people, we're simply saying that in whatever thing you do, in your relationship with people, as you keep going about your daily activities, one thing that is so key and so important for you is that you should ensure that in whatsoever thing you do, you appear friendly. Right? Now, my charge therefore to you is this: love people, but choose your friends. Right? Love people, be friendly to people, but choose your friends. Not everyone is going to be your friend, but everyone can be your community people. Be friendly and be helpful. So wherever you meet people, try to always lend a hand of help. Right? No matter how bad your own situation is, there's always someone who has worse a situation than yours. No matter how bad your situation is, there's always someone you can actually help. Right? So that's the charge, therefore. That's the charge right there. So be friendly. A lot of people are going through a lot of stuff. You don't want to make them worse off than you met them. Right? So a lot of people are going through a lot. You have no idea what people are going through. And you don't want to be the reason why someone will want to be suicidal. You wouldn't want to have that on your conscience, right? So be friendly. Be friendly. Be friendly. Even if you have a lot going on your inside, be friendly. Even if you have a lot going on your inside, try as much as possible to be helpful as much as you can. You cannot help a lot, but as much as you can help, do well to help. Right? That's basically what life is about. So be conscious, be deliberate about your attempt to be friendly to everyone you meet. Be friendly to everyone you encounter every single day. Start that day with a task completed. To be kind to someone, to be friendly to someone, to smile at someone, to call someone by their name. It's important, right? So number 5, we're moving on. Be cordial to people. Number 5, be cordial to people. Be cordial to people means treat people with respect. Everyone deserves to be respected. Every single person on earth deserves to be respected. And if not for any other thing, for the fact that they are humans like you. You are not more human than anybody. And no one is less human than you are. Right? So treat everyone with respect. Everyone deserves respect, but not at the same value or at the same level. Yes, because men are in sizes, life is in phases. So regardless of whatever phase they're in or whatever size they're in, we should actually treat everyone with respect. Everyone deserves to be respected. Everyone deserves to be treated cordially, right? And then more so is the fact that the more you treat people with respect, the more respect you attract back to yourself, right? Getting angry at people is the most easiest thing to do, right? Getting angry, lashing out, yeah, quarreling, picking up a fight, all those stuff is the most easiest thing to do when it comes to human relations. But that's the worst thing you can do when it comes to human relations. The best thing to do when it comes to human relations is to treat people with what? With respect. Regardless of their view, regardless of their thoughts, regardless of their opinion, treat people with respect. At every single point in time, at every single time of your day, you'll be given an opportunity to respect or disrespect a person. Please choose to respect the person. Right? Everyone deserves to be respected, regardless of their class, regardless of their job title, regardless of their bank balance. Remember, all these things I mentioned, they are what? Temporal. Their bank balance is temporal. Their current title is temporal. Their current state is temporal. Right? So you don't know when these individuals will actually make an amazing move in their life's journey, like take an actual decision in their life's journey that will transform their life entirely. And since you are not the boss of anybody, what I mean is, when I say you do not know when someone can actually make one decision that will turn their whole life around for good and change their status, it means that when they want to make that decision, they will not come and tell you. And even when they've made that decision, they may not inform you. So you will not know when their life will actually change. So what the charge therefore is this: anybody can become anything or anybody at any day, anytime, anywhere. Right? So therefore, you should make a conscious, deliberate effort to be on the good books of everybody and anybody that you encounter, because you don't know where life will throw somebody from. The way life can throw anybody through any entrance. I'm not sure she gets it. So, what I meant is someone is coming. So, the idea therefore is respect people. At every single point in time, you're going to encounter people. Respect them. Respect people. Treat people cordially. Number 6. Number 1, speak to people. Number 2, smile at people. Number 3, call people by their name. Number 4, be helpful and be friendly. Number 5, we said be cordial. And then number 6, show genuine interest. Show genuine interest in people. Genuine interest in people. There's something that's been happening within and around that I've come I've come to observe. And it's the fact that how are you is not part of salutation. No, it shouldn't be. Good morning, how are you? Fine. Are you? Fine. It's not part of salutation, which is wrong. How are you is not salutation. How are you is a question of interest. How are you doing today? My day has not been great. People don't say that. Fine. You get it? Because if they really respond to the actual meaning of that question, you guys are going to have an actual conversation. But sometimes, because of the word "how are you," rather the question "how are you" has been used as salutation, they don't know your intent. Whether you really want to know how they are doing or you are just using it to greet them. So they don't want to disturb you, they just want to answer fine and be going. But now if you're someone who is very intentional about showing genuine interest in people, you will now ask more questions like, are you sure you are fine? Really? You really don't look like you are fine. Is there a problem at home? Is there something wrong with your business? Is there something wrong with your spouse? Is there something wrong with your child? How is your health? Now they will understand that you are really interested in their well-being. You get? So now, beyond how are you? Fine. Can you do more than that? So ask people how they're doing, show genuine interest. And when you really ask that question, be ready to sit down and listen. Be ready to sit down and to say, wow, really? Wow, wow. Are you sure? Really? Ah, this is good. Or, oh my god, that was bad. Ah, oh my god. Be ready to listen. You must be ready to listen. If you're not ready to listen, you're actually breaking one of the commandments of human relation. A lot of people have a lot going on in their life. A lot of people have a lot going on in their affairs. A lot of people have a lot going on in their businesses. A lot is going on. A lot is going on. Right? So as much as you will not be part of the problem, why not make a conscious, deliberate effort to be part of the solution? Find a way to be part of the solution, right? The solution to the problems of interference. Yes. And then number 6, praise people. Praise people. Praise people. Number 7, praise people. Now, there's this word, it's a saying that I heard, and it is the fact that whenever you want to praise someone, you should do it openly, and when you want to praise someone, you do it openly, and when you want to criticize someone, you do it secretly, right? Because now the idea therefore is that criticism is a very easy thing for anyone to do, and that is not what we need right now, right? There's a lot going on in everybody's life at every single point in time, but we do not need all of that right now. Criticism is a very easy thing for everyone to do, but we do not need more criticism in our society. What we need now is more praises. A lot of people get things done that no one gets to see, and that's quite unfortunate, because a lot of people are putting up good effort towards making sure that things are working, making sure that systems are running, and then these persons don't actually get the required praise that they should get. Now, when you understand this, you now realize that there's a loophole where you're supposed to feel, right? Do you get that? There's a loophole that you're going to feel. So I want to share this story I read from the book How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Now it's about a woman who has actually been cooking for some factory workers for over 20 years. She's been the one providing food, breakfast, lunch, dinner, every single day for 20 years. And on this particular day, she decided not to provide food, but she provided grass. So she dished grass the same way she would usually dish food, and she dished grass in the same way she would usually dish food in the plates of people, right? And then served them the grass on their tables. Now, immediately everyone walked into the dining hall, and they all opened their plates, and behold, they had grass in their plates. And then everyone started shouting and ranting, why would you serve us grass, this, that, how dare you do this, for 20 years. One man now said, for 20 years we have actually been, I don't understand, how do you want to now pass now? Continue. For 20 years you've actually been giving us good food. Today you decided to now disturb everybody and now give us grass. And the woman smiled. When they were done ranting all their rants, she now turned and looked at all of them and said, exactly, it's good you mentioned it. For 20 years I've been cooking delicious meal, and none of you ever came to say, madam, your food is sweet, thank you. None of you ever sang my praise for 20 years. But today I decided to give you people grass. Everybody is shouting. So you see how much people want to be praised. So whatever little effort anyone is making in your life, in your business, in your work, be open with your praise. Openly celebrate them. The same effort and intensity you will use to criticize them when they make a mistake, which is necessary sometimes, use that same effort to render praise to them, because you don't know how starved they may have been of the praise that they desire from you. So praise people. That's number 7 in our 10 commandments of human relation. Praise people. It's an important aspect of human existence and human life. You must praise people for every single effort of good that they shone out. Please do well to praise people. It's important. And then, just in case you do not get praises in any place where you are existing, probably at home, probably at work, it's just a case of the fact that if the person who was in charge, who's supposed to be doing that, knew better, they will do better. But whilst they are still in oblivion, that's not knowing what they're supposed to do, praise yourself. Praise yourself. So there will be peace. Because sometimes when we have expectations of people, and these are things that they originally should do and they don't do them, we actually feel very disappointed, and that actually start breeding resentment, and that will actually make the ship sink, really. And you don't want to actually do that. So whichever way the wind blows, or whenever the sun does come up, praise people if you're the one in authority, and then do well to also praise yourself, just in case the one in authority fails to praise you. Right? Praise yourself. Right? Start by praising yourself. I think that's what a lot of people don't even do. You don't recognize how much effort you are putting into yourself, so you really don't get to even praise yourself. Think about it for a moment. We're talking about if someone else praising you. Now think about it. Praise yourself. Come on. You worked really hard. Praise yourself. Yes, you did. You're the one that stayed up all night reading. Appreciate yourself for writing that exam and getting an A or a B or whatever score you got. Yes, praise yourself. Be very happy for yourself that you started that business, just the way Esther started her business and it's grown over the years. Praise yourself. Give yourself that applause. Give yourself a tap on the back. You can. I'm doing that right now. Wisdom, you are trying. You have been speaking since yesterday. You are trying. Praise yourself, man. Yes, there have been hiccups, technical issues here and there, but we did not stop. We continued. Praise yourself. That's it. That's true, right? Praise yourself, man. You deserve it. You worked hard. Praise yourself. Right? So that takes us to number 8. Consider feelings. Alright, I wanted to say something before we get to consider feelings. So let me just get up and say it properly. Now listen. Whilst we're talking about praising people, right? Always realize that whatever you give into life is what you get out of life. Whatever thing you give into life is what you get out of life. So if you're the kind of person that is always giving criticism, condemnation, you're always giving critical comments to people and to everyone around you, just be sure that you will get it back. Did you hear me? You are going to what? You're going to get it back. Right? So we'll move to the next one, number 8, which is what? Number 8 is consider feelings. Consider the feelings of people, right? We're humans, and in every aspect of our being as human beings, we are emotional beings, right? And in business, one thing I've come to realize, I run a few businesses, and one thing I've come to realize in business is that before people make purchases, they actually make most purchases people make are emotional purchases. People make these purchases with emotions before they validate it with rational thinking. That is saying, if your marketing strategy can actually hit the emotions of people, you will sell massively. And given the fact that we're now in the era of post-truth, where feelings are more important than truth, where what I feel and how I feel about the truth is more important and is more valuable and is of high more interest to me than what the truth is. That is a case where we use something like if the truth, for instance, is that this let's say, what would I use now? Okay, let's say for instance this shirt, right, is of low quality. For instance, that this shirt is of low quality, that is the truth, right? But because I feel more attached to this shirt because it has this printed on it, do you get? I now feel what I feel about the shirt because of my emotional connection to it, because of what it has on it. Let me stand and show you what I mean. Watch this. The shirt, for instance, is a what? Is in low quality. But because this shirt has a printing which I like on it, which is about the events that's coming up in August, I now feel emotionally connected to this shirt. That even if you give me a shirt of higher quality, I will say no. I will refuse your higher quality shirt and I will embrace this low quality shirt just because of how I feel about what it represents. That's post-truth. That how I feel about the truth is more important than the truth itself. That how I feel about the t-shirt is more important than the truth that the t-shirt is of low quality. That no matter what you tell me, as long as I've had an emotional connection with that thing is the best. That's post-truth. And that's what gave rise to certain things. That's what gave rise to Donald Trump. It gave rise to obedient movements in Nigeria. It gave rise to Brexit, all the emotions, backed up with logic. It gave rise to a lot of other things, right? Let me give you this marketing strategy. I've been doing a lot of marketing strategies free today, which is beautiful. Alright, we didn't plan this, but we're here already. So now there's another marketing strategy I want to give to you. So now we're now in an era of the generation that is more prevalent now is Gen Z, right? I'm Gen Z too, but regardless, now the idea is this generation is more concerned when it comes to curses. Like when I say curses, I mean like things such as when they are agitating for equal child rights, women rights, blah 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 rights, all this kind of stuff, all this kind of curses are what this generation is more interested about. Did you get that? Good. So now let me give you an instance. Let's say for instance exterior concept, right? Exterior concept simply irresistible, right? Cakes, pastries, small chops, kitchen services, indoor food tray yogurts and all. Just for the record, towards the Guinness World Record attempt, longest speech marathon by myself, Agorom. This is one of our first confirmed sponsors. So this shows you how much extent I'm willing to go when it comes to promoting businesses or people that promote my ideas as well. So this is basically all that she offers as services. Now let's use exterior for an instance, and that's the CEO of exterior concept. Yeah, that's her. So now let's use this for an instance, right? Let's say exterior concept wants to sell more cakes. I think I'll probably just pitch this to her when I get to see her. Exterior concept wants to sell more cakes. Exterior concept will now say, for every 6 each cake you buy, we'll send 2 cupcakes to an orphanage home in your city. And we will not just send the cake to the orphanage home. Thank you, Jesus. We will not just send the cake to orphanage homes, but we will also talk about it on social media. When we post, we take pictures, we do videos where we're handing the cakes over to the children, right? And when we post on it on our Instagram handle, and we'll tag you. and we're going to tell the whole world that you were the one that purchased the cake that made us give these free cupcakes to these children. Think for a moment. Even me, I will buy that season's cheesecake. Yes! Yes, I would. And probably it will cost Aesthetic Concept no more than what it will cost to just produce the cake, the one that you paid for. Probably it might even increase the price of the cake, of the season's cake, and tell you they added the cost of the cupcake in the cake. So when you pay for your 6-inch or 8-inch cake, they now produce the extra to come 4 or a pack of 6 cupcake to send to the orphanage home and tag you. And then you now look like the social hero. Yes, we've been sending cakes to orphanages. We'll be sending cakes to orphanages through Aesthetic Concept. It's a partnership. So every weekend we buy cakes from Aesthetic Concept so she can send cakes to the orphanage home. You can actually do a video of you doing that, and then you gain a lot of social media. Yes, you appear in a good light to social media. What do you think? My dear, please turn my fan back on. My windows are closed. Alright, so guys, that's it. So consider feelings. Consider what? Feelings. I think you should go around to the back to where you were staying before. No, another thing happened.
Back there,
Consider feelings. Oh my God. Consider feelings, right? You must consider the feelings of others, because you will also want your feelings to be considered, right? You will also want your feelings to be considered. So you must consider feelings of other people. This is the door. Match here. Carefully. So you want your feelings to be considered. You will also want other, because you want your feelings to be considered. That's why you should actually consider the feelings of others. You get that point, right? So that's it, people. So basically, remember, whatever you give into life is what you get out of life. If you consider the feelings of others, your feelings are actually going to be considered as well. Right? So that's it, people. So number 9, listen to people's opinions. Listen to opinions. Listen to opinions. Listen to what? Opinions. Everyone has an idea. Everyone has a concept. Everyone has an opinion, right? With regards to whatever thing you're working on. Everyone has an opinion with regards to whatever thing you're working on. So you owe them that you listen to their opinion. One of the greatest leaders I've known, what the greatest leaders in the world, what they do is they walk into a room, supposed to be like a brainstorming session or so, and then they first of all tell everybody in the room what they want, blah 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 blah, we'll do this, that, and then when they are done, they now say, okay, so what do you think about it? You've lost it already. The greatest leaders, great leaders, what they would do would be, first of all, walk around the room and ask everybody, what do you think? Yes, you came into the room with an idea, but because you're the leader, you must be the last to speak. All great leaders are always the last to speak. You keep quiet, you take notes. You ask questions, you take notes. Because, I'll tell you the reason why. As a leader, you already have reverence in the eyes of every other person who is on that table, or whoever is part of that team or that organization. Therefore, whatever thing you say, even if it's an opinion, is law. And people are a lot more afraid to oppose leadership. Yes, that's natural setting. There are a lot of other people who do it for fun, who just oppose leadership just for fun. They just want to be rebellious. They just enjoy being that, right? But in the real sense of things, right, people reverence you as leader. So they are really not ready to oppose your opinion. So even if they had an opinion that is not completely in line with yours, but actually throws the discussion in a very good light, they would actually not say anything about it. Why? Because you already said what you think about the current situation, about the current project. You get the point? So they prefer to keep quiet because you said what you think. But imagine if you went around the room first, you would have heard everybody speak their minds, speak their thoughts, speak their own opinions. You must have heard them do that because you've gone around the room, right? That's why it's important that you, as a leader, that you speak last and that you actually listen to the opinions of others. Now, beyond the space of leadership, because not everyone is a leader and not everyone will be a leader at a different point in time, but every one of us will relate with people, right? So do not put people off, right? Everyone has an opinion about something. Everyone has an opinion about something. So do not put people off, rather. Do not put people off by telling them what you want to say is not important. No. Don't put people off. Don't put people off, rather. Refuse to do that. Yes, it's like the easiest thing to do and say, don't worry, leave it, leave it, leave it, leave it, leave it, leave it. Don't talk again, don't talk again, leave it. No, 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 no. Don't put people off, right? Listen to opinions. Listen to opinions. Sometimes, sometimes, sometimes you can actually be the fish in the water that actually does not know that you are wet. Sometimes it could be the fish that is in water that doesn't know you are wet. Yes, if you tell the fish that is wet, it doesn't understand what you mean because it literally lives inside water. Yeah. So sometimes it could be the fish that is inside the water that don't know you are wet. So you must listen to people's opinion because these persons are outside of you. They are not with you, in you, right? They are outside of you. So there are certain things that they can see that you cannot see, right? And then because the idea is yours, you want to protect the idea, and then you cannot see what they are saying because the idea is so sacred to you. But when you open up and listen to opinions of others, beyond building human relationship with them, you are actually learning and gaining more insight from them, which is basically what you need at every single point in time, right? So listen to the opinions of people. You don't know how much great ideas are in the hearts, thoughts, minds of people, right? And then you literally not um not what's the word, you literally not take the juice that is in that knowledge or that insight or that revelation or that wisdom that they possess because you are so fixated on just listening to yourself. Excuse me. No one has monopoly of knowledge. No one. No one has monopoly of knowledge. Everyone knows something, and there's always someone that knows something better than you are. That's why I always say, all you have seen is not all that can be seen. All you have heard is not all that can be heard. All you have understood is not all that can be understood. There's always another level. There's always another level. There's always another level. Whether you know the level or not, the level does exist. And whether you on that, whatever level you are on, there's someone who is on a higher level. No matter what level you get to, there's someone else who is on another level, and that's just how it is. So you must make a conscious, deliberate effort to keep growing and to keep rising. And one way to keep growing and keep rising is to listen to people. You must listen to the opinions of people, whether high, your level, or lower than you are. There's someone who knows something better than you think you know, right? Who is willing, who is ready to give you that opinion and that thought and that idea, and you should be able to be ready to receive it, right? And one way to listen to people's opinion, the attitude is called teachability. It's called teachability. It's called humility. You must have a teachable spirit to listen to the opinions of people, and it really help you a lot, regardless of how you see it, and regardless of when the sun rises or where the wind is blowing from. Finally, number 10, alert to serve. So we looked at number 1, we said speak to people. Number 2, smile at people. Number 1, speak to people. Don't put your mood off when you're walking past people. Speak to people, right? Don't behave like the whole world is crashing on you, which it has never done and it will never will. No matter what you're going to, speak to people, right? Speak to people. Open up your mouth, give a salutation, open up your mouth, have a conversation, speak to people. Speak to people. Don't ignore people. If someone greets you, respond. If someone asks you a question, respond. Speak to people. That's one of the best ways to communicate, to really reach out in any sense. You must speak to people. Number 2, smile at people. And then we said smile is the curve that makes every line straight. Yes, a smile is a curve that makes every line straight. So make a conscious, deliberate effort to smile at people, right? And then we spoke about researches, how smile even by a phone call can be sensed. Not laughter now, but smile can be sensed. And it actually makes you more cheerful and more relatable. Yes, a smile does that. And actually, smiles are contagious. Have you seen someone smile at you and you don't smile back? It means something must be really wrong with you. Alright, so basically smile at people. You don't know how much of goodness you'll be sharing when you spread that smile. Probably you could be the one that will even start the ripple effect of goodness all through that day or all through that office or all through that environment, right? When you actually smile at people. You smile at Mr. A, Mr. A smile at Mr. B, Mr. B smile at Miss C. Like that, on and on and on and on, you spread the vibe of goodness. So please smile at people, right? Make it a conscious, deliberate effort to always smile at people. I cannot overemphasize it. No matter how difficult the situations are, no matter how difficult things are getting or have gotten, do well to smile at people, right? And then number 3, we spoke about call people by their name. Call people by their name. People's name are as important to them as their life. Call people by their name. If you that what I'm saying, is your name not important? If you tell me your name and I forgot it when we met again, wouldn't you get angry at me? You would get angry at me. Yes. But beyond that, really, I said, rather than get angry at the people who forget your name, ask yourself, did you actually give them value enough so as not to forget your name? That's another side of the question. Instead of getting angry at people who forgot your name, ask yourself, did you give them value enough so that they will not forget your name? Did you do that? If you did, then most definitely they will not forget your name. Right? But you now call people by their names. Make a conscious, deliberate effort not to forget people's name. Even if you forget people's name, find a way to walk around it so they don't know you forgot their name. Did you get the point? Yes. Find a way to walk around it. There's something I usually do. If I've forgotten someone's name and I need to speak to the person, I ask somebody else, please, what's his name? That's it. And then I go to you and I call your name and you feel I always remember your name. I did not. I just know it's important to call your name when I want to speak to you. Yes. Because my circle is getting bigger. Right? I'm beginning to meet a lot of people and then I'm supposed to know a lot of people. Because it's easy for you to do doesn't mean it's easy for me to do. I don't forget faces, but I find it difficult to keep records of names. So I still have my way of handling that. I may not have the gadgets, the money to spend money on all the gadgets like the story I shared earlier, but I have my way of remembering people's names. I have my way of remembering people's names. Should I tell you? Okay, let me just give you some for free. So what I try to do is whenever someone tells me their name, I have 2 ways of trying to remember your name. I either remember your name from how valuable I sense you are, that's from the conversation that we have, or 2, I try to attach your name to something that I already know about. Or I try to remember if I know anyone that has the same name as you. Then I put your picture in that person's picture, or put your picture side by side. So whenever I want to remember your name, I'll remember that person. And once I remember that person, I remember the person's name and remember your name. Those are my techniques. Right? So number one is either you make yourself so valuable that I cannot forget you. So I attach your name to the value that you represent in my head. Or I look for someone in my head already that I remember the person's name that has your same name. And then I put both of you's pictures side by side in my head, and I'll be like, this one happiness, this one happiness. So whenever I see this happiness, I remember that there's someone I'm using to remember happiness's name. And I now know that, okay, this person's name is happiness. And then I'll not call you happiness. So basically that's it. Or sometimes I attach the meaning of your name to something that I already know. So it will help whenever I want to remember your name, I remember that thing. And that's it. So that's how it works. It works literally almost all the time. These three techniques, it can work any day, anytime. But it's practice really. I've kept on practicing it, using it, and it has come to stick, and I'm grateful it has. But sometimes it doesn't work. Let me be very honest. Sometimes I still forget. No matter how much I try, I still forget. And sometimes I do actually let the people know that. Please, what's your name again? That's a better way to say it than what is your name? Oh, I've forgotten your name. No, please don't tell me you've forgotten my name. Ask me what's my name again. Or ask me, please, I did not get your name. All those are just ways of trying to get. And whenever I see that, I feel like, okay, there's an effort here. Instead of, I did not remember your name. For me, that's no effort. Please, I've forgotten your name. What's your name? I will not answer you. It's actually the same thing as I say, please remind me your name again. Or, I didn't get your name. Or, please tell me that beautiful name of yours again. It's better than what's your name again? I don't remember your name. I don't remember your name. What's your name? I don't remember your name again, sir. I will look and say, like, are you serious? If I know you don't remember the name again, but why will you not tell me